Okay, so I'm guessing the call is being recorded. Well, good morning, everyone. So glad you decided to join us this morning on the Diamond Factory, where we like-minded people come together to get our day off to the best start possible. I am Phyllis Nash. I am your Chief Sales Officer here at Akana, and really glad to be here with you this morning. And I'm laughing because if I be quiet and really you would hear the windy city because it is really, really doing it this morning all night long. All I heard were those winds. I live on the lake, so I look outside and the waves are ripping. It is truly living up to its name this morning. And then I see this snow because I got up at 3:30 and looked down and it was rain. But now that rain has turned to snow. So any of you all that have booked the event for tomorrow, be looking for announcements because both of our other speakers have to come a mighty long way. Aisha comes from the south suburbs. That's far enough, but our chef comes from Indiana. So let's just stay on the lookout for any messages that we might need to get out. Another thing I'd like to remind you of is this Saturday and Sunday will be the homegoing services for our own Fontaine. On Saturday, visitation is going to be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And on Sunday, the funeral services will be, the wake is 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and then the services start at 2, and they will be held at Leak and Sons Funeral Home in Country Club Hills. That's 18400 Pulaski Road in Country Club Hills. And if for any reason that you didn't get this or somebody needs it, they can always go to Fontaine Doss's page, Facebook page, and those services are there. And so before I get into what I want to talk to you today about, I always try to share with you things that have touched and served me in my life, and just simple things that sometimes we really don't think about. And I saw something yesterday. I don't even know when. I don't know if it was in my devotional. I don't know when I saw it. But what it said was that this person, he asked a friend who has crossed 70 and is heading towards 80 years old, what sort of changes he is feeling in himself. And he sent the following list. And so what I have learned to do, and I've hoped people would do, is to not wait till you get to 70 or 80 when you hear some of these things. I'm pushing some of those numbers, and you can become much, much more comfortable about who you are, what you are. And so if you are not near that age and you can take this information and learn from it, do so. Because after living these many years, you just have to start thinking about what really counts. And so this is somebody else. This isn't me, but I can relate to a lot of these things. It says, number one, after loving my parents, my siblings, my spouse, my children, and my friends, I have now started loving myself. I can relate to that. I mean, it's not that I haven't loved myself, but I would put everybody before me. And so now it's time to exercise that self-care, that self-love. Number two, he said, I've realized that I am not Atlas. The world does not rest on my shoulders. And I've been living that for a few years because guess what? If I stepped out of my car and a Mack truck hit me, the world would still go on. So don't think you have to carry the whole world on your shoulders. Don't think you're the one that has to solve every problem for all your friends, your loved ones, your children. Let them experience life and don't carry that extra weight. Because now, as we're doing our flat belly lifestyle and our bioscan, we know what stress does to our body. So again, don't think you have to, carry everybody. Number three, I have stopped bargaining with vegetable and fruit vendors. A few pennies more is not going to break me, but it might help the poor fellow save for his daughter's school fees. And we are all guilty of this. We'll go to the islands and we'll pay one thing here in the States or one thing where we live, but we'll go haggle them to death. And these are hardworking people that have expenses just like we do. And how would we feel? So that's true. You need those fruits and vegetables. So why are you haggling about the price and keeping somebody else from their blessing? Number 4, I'll leave my waitress a big tip. A big tip. The extra money might bring a smile to her face. She is toiling much harder for a living than I am. And that's right. Think about those that are less than. Think about those, and I mean less than in that they don't have the opportunity sometimes that you do. I just think about my mailman and the delivery people, the UPS, the all of them, because I don't want to live nothing. Just think about women, men that have to carry all those packages back and forth. Waitresses that have to listen to everybody's comment, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, and still keep a smile on your face. Think about other people and give back to other people. It's one of our commandments. We're supposed to do it. He said, I stopped telling the elderly that they've already told that story many times. The story makes them walk down memory lane and relive their past. So let them tell it to you again. What the heck? You sit there and listen. I know I do it. Number 6, I have learned not to correct people, even when I know they are wrong. The honest of making everyone perfect is not on me. Peace is more precious than perfection. That's another one that I have to teach. You don't have to be the teacher. You don't have to be the corrector. You just need to let people be and let them have that peace. Okay? Nobody's perfect. Number 7, I give compliments freely and generously. Compliments are a mood enhancer, not only for the recipient, but also for me. And a small tip for the recipient of a compliment: never, never turn it down. Just say thank you. There is a person on this line, and I'm not saying there's not a lot, but there is a person on this line that every time you pick up the phone and talk to her or see her, she is giving a compliment. She is edifying. She is just bringing it. And that is Bernadine Kirkland. Never will she talk to you without complimenting you, without edifying you. And that's not just me. That's everybody. I see her when she's in front of the room. And guess what? To give a compliment to somebody, to put a smile on somebody's face, that might have made their day. Because when you think about it, most interactions with other people are not always pleasant. And so start practicing that today. Compliment somebody on their hair, on their smile, on their clothes, on just their spirit. Start doing that today. And then I've learned not to bother about a crease or a spot on my shirt. Personality speaks louder than appearances. I can remember the day if something wasn't perfect, I didn't want to put it on. I didn't. But guess what, y'all? As you get older, some of those things truly are not as important. Hey, I didn't come out of the house with a spot on my shirt, but it happened. I'm not going to let that ruin the moment. I'm not going to run back home and change. I might miss something else that's supposed to be God has to me. So stop fretting the small stuff. Stop sweating it. Number 9, I walk away. I love this one. I walk away from people who don't value me. They might not know my worth, but I do. And that's not called arrogance. That's just not putting yourself in unnecessary harm's way. If they don't value you, recognize that, value yourself, and let them go. Everybody ain't for everybody. Number 10, I remain cool when someone plays dirty to outrun me in the rat race. I am not a rat, and neither am I in any race. I had to work on this one, and I'm still working on it, but I'm getting so much better on it, meaning that I have to remain cool. Because I want to let you know, you're not doing that to me. But guess what? I don't have to. I've lived enough battles in my life to know that what is for me, I'm going to have. And so I don't have to get unglued, uncool, uncouth. I can stay calm. That will serve you way better than being going off. Number 11, I am learning not to be embarrassed by my emotions. It's my emotions that make me human. Now, I don't have a problem with this. I will laugh, I will cry, I will love. It don't matter who's there. It don't matter who I'm with. If it's an emotion I'm feeling, I'll let it out. And the anger even is an emotion, but I'm cool in that because inside, there's nothing that I really need to be angry about. Just take a deep breath because, again, I know about stress. We learn about all those things during the bioscan. Number 12, I have learned that it's better to drop the ego than to break a relationship. My ego will keep me aloof, whereas with relationships, I will never be alone. And those relationships are important. So ego is edging God out. And guess what? I don't ever want to do that. So when you know you're just going to be staunch on the way you feel, I am right, and I'm not going to apologize, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it to jeopardize that relationship? And most of the time you come up with, no, it's not worth it. That relationship is important to me. I have learned to live each day as if it's the last. After all, it might be the last. And every day I want to wake up good. Every day I want to thank God for all the possibilities that He has there for me. And that's so true because I know, hey, gone today, here today, and gone tomorrow. I've experienced that a lot in my life. And so I do cherish. I do not leave unsaid things that I don't want to carry with me because you don't ever want to regret not being good with somebody you care about and they leave here. So again, live each day till it's very fullest because nothing is promised. And the last one is I am doing what makes me happy. I am responsible for my happiness and I owe it to myself. Happiness is a choice, guys. You can be happy at any time. Just choose to be. And there's some messed up stuff that happens in a day-to-day basis. But if you look over all the things that have happened, you can really come back and say, I still got a whole lot to be thankful for. And so, guys, I'm just sharing with you this morning some things. And you might say, what does this have to do with my business? It has everything to do with your business. Why? Because it all starts with you. It's not outside of you. It's all inside of you. And the better you take care of you, the better you're able to pour in and support and help others on their journey. So with that being said, I'm going to give it to Dr. Roz to let you announce what's going on.
Good morning, Phyllis. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You always pour into us. We're so appreciative. Saturday, as our custom, 10 a.m. Central Time will be a overview. So anybody that you want to introduce a Akana to, that's the purpose of that. That's one of our tools, along with everything that's in our app and the Zooms. This is one of your tools. So it'll 10 a.m. and then immediately after that, there's some special instructions that Scott Reese gave out last week for us to invite certain people to that Zoom, and that'll be at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 Eastern. So don't miss it. Back to you, Phyllis.
Okay, Dr. Roz, thank you so very much. And guys, leaders will be on the call immediately after this because I got to go to the grocery store because I have no food in my house and it's a snowstorm. So with that being said, go out and push. Bye, you all.